with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck math, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. 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 Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck math, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
I mean, she can pretend all she wants, but we know the truth. She cares. She really cares. We can see it. Oh, man. After a long week, we are here. We are finally here. We've waited for a while for this. And I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited about today. Today is going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy day. Either crazy good or crazy bad. So that's TBD. We'll figure that out. So we've been waiting on Riftbound for quite a while now to release Spirit Forged. So this is set 2. First one was Origins. We got a lot of really good shit from Origins, so pumped about that. And now we're on set 2. After what happened in set 1, as far as like it being extremely hard to get, like I kind of understand. All right, I want to take a different approach. I want to take a more aggressive approach to Riftbound early on. So hopefully on the back end, if things kind of blow up and get out of control, then we really don't have to overpay for things. So I had said that I pre-ordered a box from the shop that I typically go to. One of the shops that I typically go to. Typically go to two of them. Well, I typically go to three, but the two. One is one is number one that I go to. Number two is number two. Number three, blah blah blah. So, anyways, shop number one, I pre-ordered from there, and I do have a pre-order waiting on me. The plan was to go there and get that box today. Did not do that. Shop number two, they don't have. I called and confirmed, and they don't have enough inventory for this second set to sell anything right now. Everything is going to just go towards their events. But they're supposed to get like a second wave at some point in a few weeks or whatever, blah blah blah. So at that point they'll have more to sell, and then they'll do the people who pre-order. So shop number three, which is a shop that's pretty close to me. It's not the closest shop. Shop two is closest to me, but shop three is relatively close too. I called them today, and they did have boxes. So I know that, and I hadn't pre-ordered. They won't let you pre-order at this shop. So I thought, you know what? The one box that I have down at the other shop is guaranteed for 2 weeks. I'm going to be there on Tuesday more than likely, because Tuesdays they have their tournaments. So I'll probably be down there on Tuesday. Sorry, I'm catching up. You see her on TCG Player all the time. Yeah, hopefully she's on my shop, bro. The Will of E Cards. She can check the link in the Twitch bio. The Will of E Cards. Yeah, it's on there. TCG Player. But anyways, yeah, so I figured that box is pretty much guaranteed. So I can get that, within the next 2 weeks, anytime within the next 2 weeks. Now this other shop, again, they won't let you do pre-orders or anything like that. They do tax a bit. Like their prices fluctuate daily, legitimately. They fluctuate daily. And they had some boxes for a relatively decent price, cheaper than I thought they were going to be at this place. And they would sell you 2 boxes. So I decided I was going to go there, grab a couple of boxes, and I'd get the other box at a later date, right? Maybe tomorrow, maybe when I have some time to go down there, maybe Tuesday, whatever. So I did get a couple of boxes today. Super pumped about it. We'll only be opening one, obviously. But then they also had decks. They had some of the decks, which is pretty cool. So I grabbed 4 of those because I need to keep some for my collection. I want to keep one. There were only 2. Or there's only 2 boxes. From my knowledge, there's only 2 new decks this set. And so I got one of each, or excuse me, I got 2 of each. Again, one for the collection, one to open at some point in the future. It's not going to be today. Obviously, we're opening a box. And then later in the day, probably about, it was right at 2 hours, like probably 2 hours on the dot. It happened. And I got an email from a certain stop of games, we'll say. I won't mention any names. It was a stop of games that sent a particular email about some particular cards that had been sent off to a particular place. And the email said they were ready for pickup. So, that email was from none other than GameStop. Shocker, I know. And it was 8 o'clock, and you know how the how the days are right now. It gets dark at 6 o'clock-ish. It's getting better, right? Because the days are getting longer now. So it was about 6:15 or so when it starts getting dark. But it had been dark for like an hour and a half or so. And I'm thinking it's like late, and I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, damn, they're closed. They won't be open. So, but first thing tomorrow, as soon as they open, I'm gonna be there to get my packs or to get my cards. And I'm like, let me just look. And they didn't close till 9 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock at this point. I'm like, and they're like probably like 6 or 7 minutes up the street from me. Like it's very, very close. So I jumped in the car immediately. and I have my graded cards back from PSA, and we're going to be doing not only a box of Riftbound, but we're going to be doing an unveiling of all 7 cards. So today's a massive day. I was kind of, trust me, I was very torn because I want content. I want days of content. I plan out stuff, or at least I try to. And today was supposed to be Boxing Day. Like, that's the way it was. That's the way it had been. I wasn't expecting. I literally called earlier today, GameStop, that same GameStop, probably around like noon or 1 o'clock ish. I called that same GameStop and I told them I got an email saying that my cards were graded. So this was yesterday when I got that email, or 2 days ago, whenever I got it. Got an email saying that my cards were graded. How long does it typically take for you guys to get them back once we get that email? And he was like, it takes about a week to 2 weeks or whatever. So I was like, okay, so I'm expecting to get the cards back in a week to 2 weeks. Later in the day, later this exact same day, I get the email and I'm absolutely pumped. So today's gonna be an absolute massive day. We got a box we're gonna open, and we're gonna do the reveal on the cards. Because I was halfway tempted to do the card reveal tomorrow, which I probably should, but I'm like, fuck that shit. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to open to reveal these cards. So I've been waiting for, months at this point to see what I was gonna get. I can't wait another day. So Squirt Guns, who's that? Who's Squirt Guns? Well, thank you. Uh-oh. The book club's here. The book club is here just in time. Hello, hello. Yeah, this is gonna be a banger stream. So you guys definitely came to a really good one. So we're gonna get started. Looking at the reveals for the graded cards, which I am so pumped about, and I'm trying to be positive here. Okay, I'm trying to be positive because I just don't want to be let down like I was when I got my other card back. Right, I've gotten over it. I'm extremely happy with my card. It looks wonderful and beautiful, but I got a 9 on it, and so there's a card in here that's like on that same level of like value, and if I get a 9, I'm not gonna be doing great, right? So I want to do that. I want to get it out of the way. That is one of the main reasons I decided I wanted to do this today, because if I get a 9 on it, it is what it is at the end of the day. But we're gonna look and we're gonna find out together, because I have no idea what it is, and I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. Thank you. Don't ban you. We've done a better job. I've tried to change or to adjust the settings recently to let you guys have more, especially you, potty mouth, but to let you guys be able to say stuff. And playing live at the book club, hell yeah. But yeah, we're gonna find out together. We're gonna do this with each other, and it's gonna be, no matter what, it's gonna be great. So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait any longer. So let's just get into it. Now, I will tell you, I've looked at a couple of the cards. I don't know what order these cards are in right now. Okay, I know what the top card, I know what the front is, because they didn't have like a cool box or whatever. They just basically, this is how they gave them to me at GameStop. But I told them I didn't want to look at them. There were a couple of people there too, who, one dude was actually like giving cards. He was giving like 40 cards or so to GameStop to have them grade. And then somebody else, there was another guy there who was into some other card game. I think it was into Magic or whatever. But we were all, appreciative of me getting my cards graded or whatever. And I told him, because you can see the card grades when they're graded on the site, and I'm sure that a lot of people will look at them. So one of the people was like, "Oh man, what grades did you get or whatever?" And I told him, I was like, I haven't looked at them, I don't know. And so what would gank that? Let's go. 5 gifted subs. You're a madman. You're a madman. Thank you very much. Thank you. Like, this is gonna be a banger stream. We getting it started already. That's a new record. I think that's like the most at one time anybody's given. So thank you very much. Oh, we got the hype train going. Okay. Gank that, the real MVP. This guy one of the guys was in there, and I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna look at him until I get home. And so one of the guys was like, I gotta look at him, bro. I gotta look at him before you. I was like, okay, cool. You can look at him, but I don't want any reaction from you. I don't want to know. I'm not gonna look at you while you're looking at him, but you can look at my cards. You can look at the grades or whatever. So he went over there. He looked at him. I couldn't even look. I couldn't even look at him after he did it. I didn't want to see a smile, a grin, a frown. I didn't want to see anything on his face. So I didn't even look at the dude after. And funny enough, GameStop actually had some Spirit Forged in there as well. They had some blister packs, which, Jesus, I didn't even ask how much they were. I just told them I wanted 5 of them. And when I got home, I looked at the receipt. They were $12 a fucking pack. I'm like, holy shit, that is absolutely insane. So I paid way too fucking much for them. I would not have bought them if I knew that they were that much. Yeah, right. I probably would have bought them anyways. But I tell myself that. They were way too fucking expensive. Then I also bought 2. They had 2 decks there as well. So I bought one of each. But, man, I don't know what to do with this hype train. This is unlock now. Yeah, we got to figure all this stuff out. I got to figure this out. We'll get there. We're doing a whole lot. But thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gank that. That was extremely awesome of you, man. I'm grateful to you. All right, let's look at some cards. But anyways, so I don't know what order these are in. I do know what the top one is, and the top one was one that I had looked at already. So I know the grade on that one. So the first one will be a shock to you. The next one after that, all of them will be figuring it all out as we go. So we could hit the banger on the very first, or the second one that we flip over. So the one that we're really looking for. So we'll do that. And we will go from there. All right, let me get this. Man, we're gonna fucking do this, and then we're gonna fucking open a box. We still have a box to open. That's absolutely nuts. All right. Keep people cheering. Yeah, y'all cheer some bits or something. I don't know how this works, to be honest. All right, so we're gonna. Oh, okay. I guess we can see. I guess this is a way I can know what we get. All right, so we're gonna look at these 3 first. Timmy the Tuna, my guy. Wow, this is. I don't even know what to say. Tim the Tuna. Thank you very much. Not to be outdone. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. Man, it's gonna be a great stream. It's gonna be an amazing stream. Crazy. We got 10 gifted subs. That's like doubling my lifetime sub amount. Absolutely insane. All right, so we're gonna get started. So these 3, I know what 3 these are, because obviously the back, these are the alt leaders. These are all the same card, but we're gonna flip them over and find out what we got here. Hold on, let me get this a little bit straighter so it can be straight for me and straight for y'all. I keep saying this. I need to get a mat that's not black so it doesn't look like I'm a disgusting pig over here, but whatever. Oh yeah, the Galentine's party. Yes, Tim the Tuna. Yeah, he's the man. Gank, that's the man. All my book club girlies, y'all the man too. Thank you guys. All right. So first card, we're gonna flip it over. All right, we're gonna see what we get here. We ready? Hold on, let me figure out what's the most dramatic way. Let me flip it over like this. All right, let me flip it over like this, so we can see what the card is. So all three of these cards that we're gonna open are these alt art Zoros, the OP12 leader. And this is the alternate art form. So it looks, we can just look at the artwork at first, which looks freaking amazing. Whoa. And what's funny is, like, you're probably not even joking, but anyways, all right, let's see what we get. What do we have? What do we have? Boom! Our first 10 of the day or the night. Let's go. We got our first 10 for the OP12 Zoro leader alternate artwork. Let's go. This is going for like 230-ish bucks right now, so not too bad. So these cards are the other two cards that we have here, they're the exact same card, okay? So we're gonna see what grade we got on these as well, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and flip them over because we don't have to look at the, or we can look at the art again, but boom! Number two. We got another 10. All right. Can we go for the turkey? Can we go for the perfect frame on the 10th frame, the 10 10 10? Can we do it? All right, let's see. What do we got? One more. Let's go. 3 10s, baby. We got that 30 going. Oh man, look at that. Those look so good. I actually really like the artwork on this card, even though I had nightmares about this card because this deck just absolutely destroyed me back in OP12. It destroyed my koala all the time, and it was absolutely horrendous. But the artwork looks amazing. It's a very dope leader. It's one of the most popular characters in the game, and we just got 3 10s in a row, baby. Let's go. All right. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I did look at those already. I looked at those online because I couldn't help it. So I knew those were going to be 10s. Now, these next 4, I have not looked at. And there are 2 cards in here that are absolutely massive cards, okay? I don't know the orders. There's no way for me to be able to tell which is which. So I'm just going to pick one randomly. We're going to flip it. We're going to find out what it is together. And I'm either going to be super pumped or the opposite of super pumped. All right. Okay. Yeah, these were the ones that I saw. These next 3, I don't know. I don't want to do the one at the very top because that one's probably the best one. All right, so we're going to pick one in the middle, okay? I'm going to save this one for last. All right. I don't know what these are. A hype chest? I got a hype chest. It says open the hype chest. Ooh, everybody, we're going to get a kitty hype emote. Ooh. Okay. That's exciting. Do we get to keep that forever? Hey, that looks dope. Hype kitty. Hey. Where's Cassie at? Cats are awesome. Yeah. There's your cats. Kitty hype. Rockin' kitty. All right, let's see. What do we got here? I'm going to flip this over, and I want to know what card it is before we see it. Okay, so I need something to... let's see. I need something to block this off. I'm just going to use a card. All right, yeah, this should work. All right, we got Emporio, Ivankov. All right, so we'll flip it over. We'll see what card it is. Okay, this is the second biggest card. All right, this is the second biggest card in the, look at this card, looks fucking amazing. This card I got in like the first PRBO2 box that I opened. So this is a manga event. And this is going for like $700 10. Like PSA 10s are going for like $700 right now. What's so crazy because like when the release first happened, this card, which I think has always looked amazing, got down to like $70 or something like that. And then as time has, passed, raw, I'm talking about raw, so that's non-graded, it went down to $70, and then after some time passed, it's gone up and up and up, and now like raw, it's like in the 200s, maybe 300s. I can't remember off the top of my head, but when you get a 10, that obviously like multiplies the value of the card by quite a bit. So depending on the card, but this one is going for like $700-800. I've seen people try and sell it for like $1,000, $1,200. Eventually, it's definitely going to get to that point. We just have to wait a little bit, but all right, I love the way this card looks. It looks amazing. Okay, this is number 2. This is the second biggest card that we're going to be pulling today. So, all right, in 3, 2, 1. Yes, let's go. We got a 10, baby. Let's go. Oh my goodness, this is such a relief. This is genuinely such a relief. My God. Yes, let's go. Like I'm not gonna lie, I got PTSD from this card over here. Like I really do. They're two different grading companies, PSA and Beckett, but still, let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm super excited. No matter what, if the number 1 card, if we hit a 9 or something lower than a 10, this, honest to God, kind of makes up for it already. So I'm the emotional bank account is already high. We got this hype train going. We got the Galentine's book club. We got a ton of people in here. Like, so my energy is super up. I'm pumped. This card looks so good, man. It is so hard. I always say this. It's so hard to like really see how good the cards look, especially like the golds. Like, I'm trying to get you guys to see it. Like the words, the outline of this buggy up here, these are gold. This card looks just so beautiful, especially in real life. And so these are, I don't know if they're technically like manga events, but so this is like this is like the highest level of all the events, right? They have this alternate artwork, which we kind of call the manga events or whatever. So yeah, this is absolutely amazing. This is definitely, I already got a couple of spots. You can't see them, but I moved some things around here on my top row, and I got some spots set aside. This is one of the ones that I set aside in the front row. So that's definitely where we'll be going. Front row buggy. Okay, so I'm fairly certain that this card is that first card that we pulled off is the big hitter. So, all right. It's not as hard as you are. You and me both, buddy. All right. So 2 of these cards will be the same, and I think it's these 2. So let's see. Okay. All right. Cool. So this is Youre. This is from OP12, okay? And so this is a special print from OP12. And so I've gone over this a couple of times, but what a special print is essentially a set will have its, cards 1 through 118 typically. Well, actually it's like 119, 120. We'll call it 120, but typically it's like 119. Anyways, so 1 through 120 cards, but they will reprint like 5 cards from previous sets, right? Not all from the same set, but they can have one from OP05, OP06, OP10, OP11, whatever the case may be, right? So they'll just have a reprint of 5 cards. I think it's 5 or 6. I don't know how many fucking cards it is from previous sets. I think they do 1 in each color. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain it's 1 in each color, right? And so OP12 was really the first set that I got into it. Like when I started collecting and playing the game, it was OP11, but I had bought like a couple of packs, a couple of the booster box, or excuse me, a couple of the starter decks, but OP12 was when I really got into it and was buying boxes and shit like that. I hit 3 of these Zoro Juros, okay? And at the time, and up until probably a couple months ago, I didn't realize how awesome that was, hitting these Zoro Juros, right? So I was absolutely pumped about them. And I've had one, so I had 3 all at once. So I had 4 actually, but I sold one. So I did end up pulling 4, now that I mention it. I sold one raw at the first card event that I went to. I was stupid, I was naive, don't judge me. And then at that same event, I had sent off a couple of cards. I sent off my other manga event, the Dead Man's Game. So I had that sent off. I had one of the Zoro Juros sent off, and then I also had the alt manga. Excuse me, I wish. Yeah, the alt art for Gold Roger. So I had all 3 of those sent off, and got all 3 of them back like sometime in November-ish, I want to say. And at that moment, I was hooked. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start grading a bunch of shit. So I just started sending in a bunch of shit. That Zoro Juro that I had gotten, I sold, because I was like, you know what, I have 2 that I'm gonna be getting back. Hopefully they're 10s, we'll see. But I'm gonna be getting a couple of Zoro Juros back, so I'll sell this one, to make a quick buck off of it. So here we go. Let's see. What do we got here? What is our first Zoro Juro? We got another 10, baby! Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Yeah, this artwork looks absolutely crazy. And we got a motherfucking 10, baby. What is that? 5 10s? Yes, 5 10s in a row. Let's go. Yeah, this card looks awesome. It looks like it's like black light, right? That looks super dope. So this is from, what the hell is this from? Oh, so this is from Starter Deck. Yeah, Starter Deck 18, right? So this is a very good card too. So this is one of those cards that I mention all the time. It's like, awesome artwork is great, but if the card is good as well and the artwork is great, so, I said that double, but if the card is awesome as far as the artwork is good, and the card is awesome as far as the effect is good, then you got a banger on your hands. This is one of those banger cards. And our number 1 card is the probably has been the best card in the game for a while now, and so that's why it's one of the cards that we want to hit a 10 on. All right, so that's 5 10s in a row. All right, so this one should be the next Zoro Juro. I'm thinking. Yep, it is. All right, I don't have much to say about this one. I need to get to my last one because we got a whole box to open too. So, all right, let's see. What do we got? We got another 10, baby. Let's go. Now it's all come down to this. Did we use all of our luck in these 6 packs or in these 6 cards? Oh. All right, this is it. I'm not gonna. Well, I am gonna hide it because I want to look at this with y'all. Man, we got all 10 so far. Let's go. I'm super pumped. All right, this is it. This is it. This is the granddaddy right here. Oh man, I cannot wait to look at what this is. Oh man, please be a 10. Please be a 10. So this is the Gum Gum Giant. This is essentially, it's kind of like a special print, right? It's an event card, so it's a little bit different, but it's an event card. They were called like manga events, is what people were calling them. I don't know if that's like the official stance of Bandai, but it is a special artwork for an event card. And again, that came out in PRBO2, which I absolutely was obsessed with. PRBO2 set, still am. And me hitting this card has been one of the highlights of my career so far. Like, it was so cool to hit this card, and to reveal it right now is getting nervous about it. But yeah, this card again, it was one of the best cards. It still is one of the best cards in the game. And let's just look at it. And the artwork looks crazy. Like, the artwork looks just absolutely amazing. So All right, okay. If it's a 9, I'll still be happy. Still be happy with the 9, but it's gonna be a 10. It's gonna be a 10. All right, guys, what do we got here? What do we got here? Come on, 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 come on. Oh, damn it! Oh well, oh well. It's fine. It is fine. I knew we used up all the luck on these other cards, but that's okay. I'm still pumped that we got a 10 on the other event, on the manga event. Like I said, that was if I was gonna hit the 10, I would have preferred it to be on this one, but at least one of them was a 10. But I'm excited. I am excited. Like I said, my what did Cassie say? What did she fucking do? What did she do? Oh, it's probably just all Cassie's fault. No, I'm still pumped about this. I am interested. You can call them one of the things that I really like about Beckett is that you can pay for like the subgrades. And so they tell you what you get on each of the different grading criteria. So there's like edges, corner, surface, and then edges, corner, surface. And let me see what this other one is. Centering, edges, corner, surface, and centering. And so they tell you like what you get on there. They obviously don't do it. PSA doesn't do that, but I know that if you call up there, and I probably won't go this far, honestly, but if you call up there, they will tell you why your card is, I think you can either call or maybe send an email or some shit like that, but they'll tell you why your card got, you know, the grade that it got, whether it be, you know, positive or negative reasoning or whatever. But I'm still very happy. This card is absolutely epic. These cards probably are worth about the same now, since this one is a 10 and this one's a 9. What I have seen, and this is for cards that are, you know, like not old, right? So cards that are still relatively new, you know, like maybe a couple years old. I'm sure like if I keep this card for 10 years, you know, a 9 will still be extremely valuable. But what I've seen typically is 9s go for a little bit more than what they do raw. So this card right now, raw is probably going for like $750, somewhere like that. So this card is probably worth like $850. Maybe I can get 900 out of it, something like that. And this cross scale probably is right around those same numbers too. So I'm actually not as bummed as I was when I got that card. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably because I had all these other 10s and I'm just like riding high. Like I said, my vibe is extremely high right now. And so that didn't kill my vibe like that other card did. Because when I got that card, it was the only card that I had, right? It was the only card that I had gotten back. So I'm still very pumped about this. I'll definitely be selling some of these. I'll keep one of the Zoro Juros, and then I'll keep one of these. These two I'm definitely keeping. I'm absolutely keeping the manga events, 1000%. But I'll probably sell 2 of these Zoro Juros. They're going for like $250 right now. And then I'll probably sell one of these. Or excuse me, I'll sell one of the Zoro Juros. The Zoro Juros are going for like I could probably get like maybe 600 out of it if I, you know, was really pushing. But I don't know if I want to sell them now. I might keep them for a little bit, but we'll see. We will see because I really like this card. I'm actually very glad to have these cards back. Let's go. Let's go. We got a 10 on this. Oh my god, I'm super pumped. A 9, you know, a 9. We wanted a 10. We want 10s, but it could have been worse. It could have been an 8, and the card still looks freaking amazing. Yeah, I wonder what the hell they marked off for, but getting six 10s is absolutely amazing. It really is. And we 40 minutes into it, and we still got a motherfucking box to open. We still got a motherfucking box to open. Did they come back relatively quick? Fuck no. I sent these off November like 18th or so is when I sent these cards off. The way I did these cards here, Yes, it is box time, and we're opening Riftbound. Yeah, we're opening Riftbound. So anybody that came here for One Piece, that's all the One Piece we'll have for tonight. The reveal of those. We'll be back to One Piece maybe tomorrow. This weekend is fairly busy for me, but we may be back. But next time we stream, we'll be doing our One Piece. But to go back to these, so GameStop will actually help you send your cards to PSA. So you just go there and you have to put them in certain type of little sleeves or whatever, like top loaders. I think you can put them in top loaders. But anyways, so I went through there. You can do it yourself. You can do it directly through PSA. But I was new to sending shit off, and I wanted to go through GameStop. So I went through GameStop, and yeah, this was back in November like 18th or so is when I sent them off initially, and just now getting them back literally today is when I got these back. Probably 2 hours ago is when I got those cards back. So first box of Spirit Forge, not even only the first box, the first cards at all that I will have gotten from this second set. I haven't gotten any. Well, I do have some loose packs or whatever, but I haven't opened anything at all. So all these are gonna be brand spanking new. Yeah, all these are gonna be absolutely brand new. I'm super pumped. We're gonna get a signature. I've been looking at a lot of the alts for the leaders, which are called Legends in Riftbound, and they look fucking amazing. They look so good. They look better than, and it's a trial and error type of deal when it comes to making cards and shit like that. But the cards look crazy compared to the alt legends for the first set. But we will see what we get. Pack number 1. Let's go. All right, man. I'm actually excited. The first box is always great because all the cards are new. Everything is brand new. I'm not getting the card for the 100th time, right? So this box will be awesome. It's gonna be amazing, and there's gonna be hits. So let's see. I'm very interested to see how they're handling the runes, because they put a rune in nearly every pack, so you either get a rune or like a buff. But it looks like they're still putting the runes in here. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna have a fucking 100 runes. Okay. Man, I really want to go through and read these, because again, everything is so brand new. So if it gets boring, y'all, I apologize. I gotta read the cards, right? I gotta read them, gotta look at them, I gotta familiarize myself with them, and then eventually we'll get tired of looking at the same card 100 times, and then we can just rip through them. So we're gonna go through this and read the cards. All right, maybe not all of them, but we'll see. All right, so this is Against the Odds. So it's a 2-cost spell with the reaction keyword. Give a friendly unit at a battlefield +2 this turn for each enemy unit there. Damn, that's a good ass spell. That is a good ass fucking spell. +2 for each enemy unit there. All right, Disarming Rake. It's a unit. All right, so 3 cost, 2 might, 1 power, and a power means you have to recycle that Dawn, or not Dawn, but you recycle the rune. So basically, it's like Dawn -1. You take the rune and you put it back in your deck, your rune deck. When you play me, you may kill a gear. Oh, that's pretty good. And it doesn't say either your gear or your opponent's gear. You can kill any gear that's in play, because again, this game can be played with up to 4 people. So it can be played one-on-one, it can be played like a threesome, or it can be played foursome. So pretty dope. All right, Wages of Pain, 3 cost spell, hidden. So that means you can play it face down and then later recycle any rune to play it for 0. Deal 3 to a unit at a battlefield. Play a gold gear token exhausted. So this gold gear is something that is new. I don't know anything about it. I've heard about it, but I don't know how it's supposed to be played. So we'll see. I'm sure one of them will probably pull one of them at some point. Bonds of Strength. This reminds me of me and Tim the Tuner right here for whatever reason. It just makes me think about this is our card. So it's a 2-cost spell. Man, we're getting a lot of spells. Reaction. Repeat 2. That's a new keyword. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Well, one of the things I really like about this is that they hey, very gay. So one of the things I really like about it is they typically will kind of explain what the keywords mean here. Obviously, it's a new game; they want to make people familiar with it. But so repeat 2. So I'm assuming you have to rest two of your runes. But let's see. You may pay the additional cost to repeat this spell's effect. That's interesting. Give 2 friendly units each +1 this turn. Okay, so that would be, so for 4, you can give a total of 4. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Dire Wing. This reminds me of that book that the book club read. This looks like, what is that? What was that? Aurora? No, that wasn't her name. The Rainbow Dragon. The Rainbow Dragon that turned into like a black dragon or whatever. Yeah, that's what she looks like. Dire Wing, 7 cost, 7 might unit. I enter ready if you control another dragon. Not too bad. Called Shot. Action. So you can play it on your turn or in showdowns. Repeat. You may pay the additional cost to repeat this spell's effect. Okay, I see. Oh, this is a 0 cost. This is a 0 cost spell. That is very interesting. So you have to. So you just have to. What is it? Fucking recycle a rune. So you just recycle one of your runes. So you can recycle another rune. Okay. Look at the top 2 cards of your main deck. Draw one and recycle the other. That's a good ass ability. Damn. And this is Echo. He's my favorite. He's my favorite character from the game. All right, guards. 3 cost. Spell. Damn, we got a lot of spells. Holy shit. Hidden. Play a 2-unit Sand Soldier unit token. You may pay. What is that? I think that's it's the yellow one. I can't remember what the yellow one stands for. I think yellow might be order. So basically you recycle to ready it. Okay. Not too bad. Huh, that's interesting. So for 3 costs, well, I guess you can play it you can hide it and then play it later for free. Okay, so that makes sense. All right. Angle Shot. Who the hell is that? Admit it. You're hooked. All right, reaction. So choose a unit. So it's a 2-cost spell, another spell. Choose a unit and an equipment with the same controller. I don't know what that means. Attach the equipment to that unit. Okay, so an equipment must be attached to somebody, and that's the controller person, I guess. So whatever. Attach that equipment to that unit or detach that equipment from that unit. Draw one. Okay. They're getting more wordy. I have no idea what's going on. All right, so we got a gear here. So you 3 cost, and to play it, you have to recycle and then tap, or to use it, you recycle a rune and then tap. Give the next spell you play this turn repeat equal to its cost. Okay, that's actually really good. So we can do like one of the cards that doesn't have the repeat keyword. We can make it do it again. I wonder, could you add this to a repeat card? So you're doing like 2 repeats. Okay, Rockfall Path. So we're getting into the battlefields now. Rockfall Path. Units can't be played here. Okay, that's interesting. Because there are some units that say, play me at a battlefield. All right, Hall of Legends. When you conquer here, this is a cool looking picture, and this is the first foil too. So when you conquer here, you may pay 1, so rest 1, to ready your legend. Ooh, this one feels a little sticky. Ooh, Lucian, the champion unit. So this is a rare, but it's a 3 cost. 3. I wonder what his effect does, because like this, a champion unit, champion units typically are like the elite of the units. Um, so I wonder what this card actually does, because it only has 3 might. So 3 cost, 3 might, champion unit. Lucian Merciless, Weapon Master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for 1 power less, even if it's already attached. The first time I conquer each turn, ready me. Okay. So that would be a cool little I wonder, could this, like, you know, combine these two things? I'm the gears are turning here. The gears are turning. I'm thinking of, you know, how can I make this deck work? But I have no idea about the deck or whatever, so. Oh, Rek'Sai, another champion unit. Okay, let's go. We got 2 champion units back to back. 5 cost, 5 might, 1 power. Rek'Sai champion unit. When I attack, you may reveal the top 2 cards of your main deck. You may play one. Wow. Then recycle the rest. If you played a card unit this turn, if the played card is a unit, you may play it here. Huh. That's actually a crazy ability. That is actually insane. I think, I guess. I don't know. All right. Then we got a Fury Room. So yeah, we can skip through that one because we... Man, that took a long time for one pack. No, conquering is when you win one of the battlefields, right? So the way the game is played, like your units are at like a base, right? And then each player selects a battlefield, and that's the game starts with the battlefield, right? Hold on, I was like, what the hell? I picked up one of the old decks, or one of the old cards. So like you play this at the very beginning of the game, you know, before you guys even draw your cards, whatever. So you select the battlefield that you want to have, and each player will have one. So there would be 2, right? That's why they have the wording on both sides, because it's in play for both people. So let's say we have 2, you have 1, I have 1, and then so on your turn, you can move one of your units here to one of them, whichever one you want to, and you know, get a point. So you have to get to 8 points to win the game, but you get 1 point when you conquer, and you conquer when you're there without any of your opponent's units, right? So if it's the first turn, well, you can't move on the first turn of things. So like the second turn, for example, I move him here. I conquered this battlefield. But to kind of go into what you're talking about, so the battle phase is like when your opponent tries to conquer the same battlefield where you already have units, then they'll do damage to each other. And that's kind of like One Piece. They'll do damage to each other, and whoever has the most wins. But you can have like multiple troops here. You know what I'm saying? Like if your opponent wants to just build up a bunch of people, he can have 4 or 5 troops here before I ever try to attack it. You know, I could, you know, go there. But so conquering is when you basically are here and your opponent has they don't have any characters there or units. And so the battle phase, like if I, you know, try and attack my opponents, he has 4 units or whatever, but I play a unit strong enough to kill all of them, then, you know, I conquer it and I win. I win, you lose, buddy. Yeah, it's a really interesting game. If I had more time, man, I would try and play it more often, but it is just hard. I barely have time to play the One Piece. All right, so 1 cost, Blood Rush spell. Repeat 1, so it has, you know, you may pay the additional cost to repeat the spell's effect. So you just pay the cost again. It looks like. Give a unit assault +2 while it's an attacker. Oh wow, that's probably so for 2 cost, you can give a unit 4 an extra 4 might. That can be absolutely big. Oh yeah, we going for the signatures. We going for the signatures, baby. All day. Doran's shield. Okay, this is interesting. So this is equipment, okay? So this is new, right? So this is something that you can attach to your champ or your units, right? So before, gear just kind of got set to the side and you can use it whenever. But I'm 99% sure that equipment, actually I'm 100% sure equipment you can actually attach to your characters, right? So Doran's shield, you know, just like how it is in the real League of Legends. It's a very low cost, kind of lame. One of the first things that you play, but you know, early in the game, it can be very, very, very strong. So it's an equip. So attach this to a unit you control. I don't know if this is recycle. It can't. No, I don't think that's recycle. I think you have to tap one of your green, whatever green is called. I can't remember what green is again, but you tap one of your green runes. Tank, I must be assigned combat damage first, and it gives a +1. Okay, I'm really interested to see more equipment. Chemtech cask. When you put a lot of gold, 10 points to anybody who knows what that's from. The stream borked. Oh man, I hate when the stream borks. Stop borking, stream. Alright, so 5 cost, 5 unit, combat chef, weapon master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for 1 power less, even if it's already attached. So I wonder, can the gear like be out there? The equipment, can it just be out there like a normal gear, then you attach it? Or is it meaning you play it from your hand? When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for 1 power less. Huh. So that's interesting. So it doesn't seem like it's, so it may seem like it's playing it from your hand. So, all right, cool. Doran's ring. So this is another equipment. Okay, man, we got Doran's shield, Doran's ring, just like in the game. They're very early items. Probably the first item that you pick up. Okay, equip. So this one, maybe you do need to, maybe that does mean recycle it. I'm pretty sure, actually, now that I think about it, that does mean recycle, because the other one is when you rest it, that's the circle with the number in it. So yeah, this means that you play it for the power. Or so it's a power, so you have to recycle it. Attach this to a unit you control. When I conquer, discard 1, draw 1, +1 might. Okay, man, this game is gonna be so good. It really is. I'm very excited for Riftbound and see where it goes in the future. All right, so 2 cost spell, hard bargain, repeat. So it has reaction and repeat. Counter a spell unless its controller pays 2. So I wonder what counter a spell means. So does that mean you get to use it on your opponent, or does it just cancel out your opponent's effect? Unless its controller pays 2. And then it has repeat, so you pay 2, and then so they have to pay 2 more. Yeah, that could screw up an opponent's turn. Man, that is very interesting. All right, we got another equipment. This one is a little bit bigger, so this one is a 2 cost. Brutalizer. So equip, so we pay a power. If this was attached to me this turn, I have an additional +2 might. So the first turn it gives you +3. Huh. So I'm kind of like thinking about like this Lucian, you know what I'm saying? Like combinations or whatever. So Lucian has the weapon master, right? So you play Lucian, right? And so you play Lucian and you can get an equipment. I wonder, you could probably only have 1 equipment, right? So it's attached to somebody, and you know play it on. Now you can play it on Lucian. So he has 6 this turn, right? So he's at 6 because he has the 2+1. Yeah, I'm brainstorming here. I'm brainstorming like I know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, another battlefield. So Emperor's Dais. I don't know what that word is. Days or Dais, something like that. When you conquer here, you may pay 1. So this is what I was talking about. This tells you that it's not actually returning, but you rest a rune. I'm trying to use the correct verbiage because I'm like, Dawn, all I'm thinking is Dawn and leader and event cards, but I'm trying to use the correct terminology here. So when you conquer here, you may pay 1 and return a unit you control here to its owner's hand. Interesting. If you do, play a 2 might sand soldier unit token here. Huh, that's interesting. Huh, okay. That's for both players. Playa. Ooh, Corrupt Enforcer. This looks pretty dope. 3 cost. That's pretty strong for a common, but 3 cost, 4 might, 1 power. When I move to a battlefield, discard 1. When I win a combat, draw 1. Alright. Woohoo! Let's go. Hey, babe. Wife just got home. I was wondering why the hell you weren't amping me up in my chat, damn it.
I'm sorry, babe.
I'm just kidding.
Danny literally got That's what I was talking about, the rose.
I knew what you was talking about.
And then this is like a drink
cool.
mix or whatever. So
Hilarious.
you got my full undivided attention. I don't know how long, much longer you're going, but
All night long. You know me, babe.
I did have you like on the speaker, like I've been on the whole time. So
I appreciate it, but I'm messing around. Okay, so it's so crazy, like how different like the games. They're very similar, but they're a little bit different. Like in these packs, I was bitching and moaning for a long time about how Riftbound, their leaders, so legends, are rare, so you're not getting them all the time like you are in fucking the other game that I play, One Piece. You're not getting them all the time, and they're rare and they look so much better, right? Like this card is awesome. It's foil, right? And this is the first leader, the first legend that I get from all of them. And I think Rumble's supposed to be pretty good if I'm remembering correctly. He may not be, but all right. So your mechs have shield. Okay, that's a pretty. I haven't seen a mech yet, so maybe the mechs are really good, but your mechs have shield. +1 while they are defenders. Okay, not too bad, but we'll see. But yeah, I really like the way the artwork looks on those. All right. So we got another gear. So it's a 4 cost. It's assembly. So you rest 1 and then you recycle 1. Recycle a unit from your trash. So when you recycle a unit, you play it at the bottom of your deck. You tap this, play a 3. Oh, okay, interesting. There we go. So play a 3 might mech unit token to your base. Okay, interesting. So, and then you're probably playing it in here, right? So it basically becomes a 4 might mech unit when you're defending. All right, what do we got here? Another Fury Rune. We've been through 2 whole packs, and it's been about 20 minutes. So we in for a long one. And you guys can see what my wife has to go through. Just kidding. Ooh, this is a buff. I'm excited because this might be a mech, right? So we might get to see mech art. Might be a gold. One of the new things that are in here. Serrated Dirt. It is really cool to like see these items that are from the game, right? So Doran's Ring, Doran's Shield, Serrated Dirk. These are things that are actually in League of Legends. So that's actually exciting. So this is an equipment for 1 cost. So to attach it, you have to. So that seems pretty common, right? So you have to recycle. You probably recycle the rune that you tapped. That's probably makes the most sense. But okay, assault +2 while I'm an attacker. Okay, so that's interesting. So you get 0 normally, but you do get +2 when you attack. So okay, cool. Okay, this is funny. This card is called Thwonk. 2 cost spell. Dave, can you give me some water? Take the spoon out of that, please. Okay, action repeat 2. Again, we know what that is. You pay the cost of the card again to use the effect again. Stun an attacking unit. It doesn't deal combat damage this turn. So that's what stun means. The Wonk. So you can stun 2 units. The Wonk. Bubble Bot. Okay, so this is a mech. I wonder, does this count? Is this considered? I mean, it makes sense that it would be a mech because it has the mech keyword on it or whatever.
These stack really good.
Yep. All right. So I think this probably would get that benefit from Rumble's effect. I would assume. When you play me, ready another friendly mech. Detonate. Kill a gear, so it's a 1 cost, 1 power spell. Kill a gear, its controller draws 2. Okay, so this is like one of those situations where you would want to kill a gear that you own probably, right? You probably kill a gear that you have. And there's some gear out there that gets you, that has like death knell, or you get some sort of benefit when you destroy it or whatever. So I think we've already seen one, like when this card is destroyed, draw a card or something like that. So very interesting.
All 10s, but this one?
Yep. Boru Capitan. 3 cost, 3 might, 1 power. When you play me, you may draw 1 or buff me. Interesting. To buff a unit, give it +1 might buff if it doesn't already have one. So the buffs are these, right? So you take this and you give it to your unit, and yeah, you can see this. It says a unit may have no more than 1 buff at a time, unless on the card it specifically says it. I'm pretty sure there's like a lease in, or there's something in set 1 that allows you to play multiple buffs on a unit. So I'm fairly certain if the unit states that you can have more, then that's fine. That's interesting. It gives you the option to either draw 1 or we called shot. Okay, so we can go through that one because we already read that one. Zon Punk. 3 cost, 3 might unit. When you kill a friendly gear, so it goes back to that, detonate, right? Where you kill a gear, its controller draws 2. So you kill your own gear, you draw 2, and then you get this effect, right? That's just kind of me brainstorming here. Okay, you may kill a friendly gear as an additional cost to play me. Okay, never mind. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, kill a gear. Okay, well, that's interesting. So you kill one of your own gear. So that wouldn't work in combination because you have to kill a gear for this additional cost. Okay. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, kill a gear. Okay, that's interesting. So like if your opponent has a big gear and you have like something small. Petricite Monument. A nice phallic monument. 2 cost gear, temporary, so kill this at the start of its controller's beginning phase before scoring. Friendly units have deflect. Opponents must pay recycle, so they must recycle to choose them with a spell or ability. That's not bad. It's very interesting that it has temporary though, so it's basically like, good for 1 turn because it goes to your opponent's turn. But again, like they're thinking bigger picture because like typically, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, wow, that's only going to be good for 1 turn, right? Because you pass to your opponent, then they pass it right back and it's gone already. But again, you can play a game where there are 4 people playing and there are 3 separate turns that will happen before your next turn. And to protect your characters, to make it more difficult to attack your units with spells or abilities or whatever, you have to, you play that and it would go through all 3 of their turns. So that's very interesting. That is very interesting and not at all as bad as I was thinking at first. All right, so Emperor's Divide. Okay, I'm very surprised that this card is just a spell because Emperor's Divide is Azir's ultimate, and typically the ultimates have been the signature spells. So, huh. All right, let's see. Unless I'm mistaken, what his ability is called, I'm fairly certain it's called Emperor's Divide, though. So, anyways, it's a 2-cost spell. You can hide it. Move any number of friendly units at a battlefield to their base. That's very interesting. Huh. Yes, I did. Yeah, that's interesting. So you can move all your units away and not have them die. Okay. All right. So Ornn's Forge. Ooh, interesting. Ornn's a pretty. I like Ornn quite a bit. He's a very unique character in the game. I've never played him, but I like watching him play. He's pretty boring, but he's a team player. And I really like that. That's kind of the way I like to play. All right. So Ornn's Forge battlefield. While you control this battlefield, the first friendly non-token gear played. The first friendly non-token gear played each turn cost 1 less. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder, is it to a minimum of 1, or is it just you can play a gear for 0? I bet you can probably play a gear for 0. All right. Eager Drakehound. Bellows Breath. Very nice. All right. So there's an Ornn theme here. That's one of Ornn's ability. Or one of Ornn's abilities. So 1 cost, power. Action, repeat. Oh, okay. So you have to do this. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So you pay the exact cost of what the card was. So you do have to rest one. So you have to rest another one and recycle one of these mind runes as well. Okay. Deal 1 to up to 3 units at the same location. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's like one of those smaller abilities, right? It's 1 cost. It does 1 damage to 3 units. You have to pay a power, but yeah, that's not bad. Renata Glask. 4 cost, another champion unit. We had 3 champion units already. Very nice. So 4 cost, 4 might, 1 power. Your tokens enter ready. Nothing's free. All I ask is your loyalty. So I wonder, for something like this, would you keep it at your base, right? So when you have like abilities that affect the entire, when you take abilities that affect like your other units and stuff like that, would it makes the most sense like leave it at your base and allow it to, buff your other units and not risk this card getting killed? We got a mech. Okay, interesting. So this is what I was talking about. This is something new from this set. So it's a token unit. So I bet you the mechs. So I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go back to this rumble. So it says your mechs have plus shield, or mechs have shield. So I am fairly certain that anything with this mech, I don't know if it's called a keyword or an attribute or whatever it is, but anything with this mech attribute probably is affected by that. It's not just this being called mech. So, okay, so it's just a token. Sure, they're loud, messy, and unreliable, but so are people when you get down to it. Truer words have never been spoken, sir. And so this is a token, right? So, okay, your tokens enter ready. So this card would be able to enter ready. So that's interesting. All right, man, we're really burning the midnight oil here. Yeah, I felt this was gonna be a longer one. Those hits are those what the fuck are they called? Whatever they're called. Those graded cards. Wow. My brain is on E right now. So 2 cost, 2 unit, or excuse me, 2 might, plundering Poro. When I conquer, play a gold gear token exhausted. Man, I am excited to see what the hell this gold gear is all about. All right, so Void Drone. 3 cost, 3 might. I cost 2 less to play from anywhere other than your hand. Okay, so if you're playing it from like your trash or from your deck, because I've seen some cards that will allow you to play cards from their deck. I don't know if they ignore cost or whatever, but all right, Navori Scout. This dude looks fucking awesome. Looks like a cute little ninja kitty. So 4 cost, 4 might with deflect, so it's just harder to attack it. Your opponent pays 1 to choose me with a spell or ability. Frostcoat Cub. 3 cost, 3 unit, or 3 might. You may pay 1 power as an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, give a unit -2 might this turn. It's not a bad ability. They are very interesting with their cards. But there's so much, like League of Legends is so like vast and it's always growing. Like they have so much that they can do with it. All right, so 2 cost, Temptation, repeat, play for 2. Move an enemy unit to a location where there's a unit with the same controller. I wonder, is the controller like me as a player, right? I think that's what this feels like. Move an enemy unit to a location where there's a unit with the same controller. Because again, there potentially could be 3 different enemies, right? And so you don't want to play, okay, I'm gonna make this enemy move to someone else's, which whatever, you can make two other enemies fight, but I'm fairly certain he has to move it to, maybe move it to their own base or maybe to another battlefield or something. But there has to be more units at this other person's battlefield. Okay, I'm interested to see what this card is about. Let me move this up. I must be move this up a little bit. This is more comfortable. All right, so this is 5 cost, 6 might, 2 power. 2 power. Let's see what this can do. Sand Shifter. When you play me, kill an enemy unit with 3 might or less. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I feel like that card makes sense. All right, Dauntless Vanguard. So 4 cost, 4 might, 1 power. You may play me to an occupied enemy battlefield. Okay, so you can't if you are on that Rockfall path, right? Because Rockfall says units can't be played here, right? So this would be a good counter if you know that this person's going to play something like this, And a lot of times, especially in the tournaments, these games can go by very quickly. So what I've seen in the tournaments, because they play the best of 3, so people will switch out, and I think you have a side deck too, which is pretty common. You don't have one in One Piece, but you can have a side deck in a lot of games, and I'm fairly certain you can have one here, so you can change out cards and adjust your strategy. But you, at the beginning of the next match, you can change out the battlefield too. So if you see, okay, they're kicking my ass with these cards that keep getting played to the battlefields, I'm going to play a battlefield that they can't get played to directly. All right, Minotaur Reckoner. 5 cost, 5 might. Units can't move to base. Ooh, very interesting. Jawfish. 7 cost. Okay, this one seems interesting. It looks pretty dope. 7 cost, 6 might, 2 power. Accelerate. You may play 1. Okay, so I do know that this isn't. Oh my god, that is so much. That is a lot. So you pay 8 and then 3 power, but let's see what its effect does. I cost 2 less for each of your mighty units. Okay, so very interesting. So you can potentially get him. So if you got 2 mighty units down, which is a unit that has 5 or more cost, or 5 or more might, excuse me. Then you can get this thing down to 3 or 1 if you have 3 units. I wonder could it get to 0? I wonder if you have 4 mighty units, which would be hard, not impossible, but if you can get that down to 0, but you still have to pay 2 power. Vanguard Armory. Wow, this has got to be good. This is a gear for 7 and a power. So tap, play 3 1 might recruit unit tokens. You may play them to different locations. Okay, that's pretty dope. That is a strong ability, and it's a gear, so you can play it turn after turn. Very interesting. All right, Legion Quartermaster, 3 cost, 4 might unit. As an additional cost to play me, return a friendly gear to its owner's hand. They're very gear centric here, which I like. Gear and equipment. There's a ton of different gear. Kato the Arm, 4 cost, 3 might, 1 power, with deflect. When I move to a battlefield, give a friendly unit my keywords and sorry, I'm like going back to give my keywords. It only has 1 keyword, but maybe you can give it another keyword, right? Because we saw other cards previously that gives keywords to units. So I wonder would it be all, right? So if we had the so we had like Doran's shield, right? Where the hell was that Doran's shield? So if he has the equipment. Okay, so let's say we give him this serrated dirk, right? He gains the assault keyword, the assault 2 keyword. Very interesting. Very, very interesting there. All right. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Ooh, Aurelia. Man, we are busting with these champion units. You feel me? 4 cost, 4 might, 1 power. Aurelia. Your spells that choose me cost 1 or... Okay, I wonder, can you select that? So 1, I don't know. I can't remember what the hell that's called. It's just resting one of your runes are powerless. That's interesting. That's a really good ability. Bam. This is actually funny because I literally pulled one of these yesterday. So this is my 3rd alt art for the Fury runes, but I don't know if the artwork is different. This looks different. This alt artwork looks different than the ones that than the one I had before. I think I might be tripping, but I think this might be different than the ones. I'm gonna look. Give me 10 seconds. Let me double check. Nope, they're the same. And they are the same. Alrighty. That is, I think, 4 down. And we got a lot to go. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, guys. Strap in. Strap in, numbnuts. Alright, so the last card, so the runes have the white backs, and then the other things, like the different tokens or whatever, have the buffs on the back of them. So, alright, Void Drone. We read that one already. Doran's Shield. Okay, so this goes back to that, this goes back to this other card that we were talking about, this Kato the Arm. When I move to a battlefield, give a friendly unit my keywords and... Oh, I didn't even finish that one. Okay, so when I move to When I move to a battlefield, give a friendly unit my keywords and plus might equal to my might this turn. Man, that's a good ass ability. That is a really good ability. Huh. Alright. Doran's shield. So again, if he had like a Doran shield, he has tank. They have tank. Gearhead. 5 cost, 3 might. Accelerate, you may pay 1 and 1 power as an additional cost to have me enter ready. Each equipment attached to me, so it sounds like you can do more than one. I was thinking you can only do one, but I must be wrong. So each equipment attached to me gives double its base might bonus. Man, that's why he only has 3 might. Obviously, because he would be way too OP if he was stronger than that. All right, so we're getting through some cards that we've already had before, so that's very nice. 4 costs, 4 might. Faye Porter. When I move to a battlefield, you may pay power to move a unit you control to the same battlefield. Laurent Dulista. 4 costs, 3 might. Assault +2. +2 while I'm an attacker. +2 might while I'm an attacker. Not too bad. Straightforward. All right, Legion Quartermaster. We did read one of those already. Boots of Swiftness. Man, see, again, it's getting really cool because pretty much, I think there was one of the equipment that I at least wasn't familiar with as from the game, and I haven't played the game in a very long time. It's been like probably 3 years or so since I played the game. Maybe 2 years. I don't know. It's been at least 2 years since I've played the game. So maybe they've added that. That was like that stick or whatever the hell that stick was called. But Boots of Swiftness is a familiar gear to me. So 3 cost gear equipment. So equip blah blah blah. So it gets +2 might and ganking. I can move from battlefield to battlefield. Makes sense. Show of Strength. So what is this, a spell? Okay, 2 cost, 1 power. With reaction, so you can play it on... Oh, it has a reaction, not action, so play it anytime, even before spells and abilities resolve. Draw 1 for each of your mighty units. Okay, that's not bad. Ooh, this looks fucking awesome. Again, I love the way they did their legends in this game. They just look awesome. They're more exciting to get than a fucking, a regular leader from One Piece. Like, these are more, exciting hits, right? All right, so, and the thing is, like, if you really want to play a character and it's rare or whatever, or if you really want to play like a legend or whatever, and it's rare, like, you just buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy, or you open enough packs and you finally get it. It's not like it's impossible to get it. It's not like it's one of the epic rarities or whatever, right? It's just rare. But in One Piece, it's like, okay, this is my 10th koala. Okay, I have 8 Zoros now. This is my 5th Don Quixote Rosinante, right? It's one of those things where it's just like you're absolutely going to get a ton of those. This is a much better idea. I like the way they did this much more. All right, so he's red domain, which is Fury, and then I can't remember. I think it's Order. I think yellow is Order domain, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, so it's those 2 domains. When you conquer, you may exhaust me to reveal the top 2 cards of your main deck. You may play 1, then recycle the rest. That's interesting because the other Rek'Sai card, which I think was a champion unit, had a similar ability. So there's a ton of, looks like there's a ton of, like, what is it? What the fuck am I thinking of? Searching through your deck. I don't know I can't remember the real word. Another champion unit, Draven. 4 cost, 4 might, Vanquisher Draven. When I win a combat, play a gold gear token, Exhausted. When I attack or defend, you may pay power. If you do, give me +2 this turn. Oh, hell yeah. We got an epic. Let's go. I didn't even realize we were going to get a third hit here. Okay, let's go. This actually looks fucking sweet, man. I love that. They did a really good job with this. This is like the full artwork and everything. I love that. This looks super good. Svelsongja. It's like some Viking shit. But you know, they Freljordians. So this is a 3 cost, 1 power gear. And so to equip it, you rest 1 and 1 power, so you recycle 1. As this is attached to a unit, copy that unit's text to this equipment's effect text for as long as this is attached to it. Only the greatest Freljord heroes have weapons made of true ice. No. So +0. Huh, let me think. So I think what this does is, because I think I've seen this card before. I think I have. Like looking at it on TCG Player. I think I may have seen this card before. But I'm trying to think. So I think this means, I think it means it just doubles the, it just doubles what it does. So for example, right, if we're talking here, when I win a combat, play a gold gear token. So if you had it attached to this Draven, you'd play a gold gear token for the Draven, and then you'd play a gold gear token for the Svelsongja. And then you also, when I attack or defend, you may pay 1 power. If you do, give me +2, so you could do it again here. So I think it just doubles the effects of the person it's attached to, if I'm reading this correctly. If I am reading this correctly. Is my phone? Nope. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power. Alright, now I'm stuck on this damn page. I gotta see. Okay, that card's not bad. It's going for $20 right now. Not too bad. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab a sleeve for it. Oh, a Sand Soldier. I want to go over that real quick. I'm gonna put this in a sleeve. Ooh. Yeah, this card looks awesome. This Svelsongja. Alrighty. Okay, so we got a Sand Soldier here. Okay. Well, it's just they have 2 might. That's interesting. Okay. Nothing crazy about that, but yeah. Dope. Nice to have, different units and things like that. Alright, Svelsongja. Alright, our first epic. So that's like the secret rarity, I would say. The secret rarity if we're trying to compare it to One Piece. It's the highest level of rarity. Obviously, again, they have like alternate arts and stuff like that, but if we're talking about like base level rarity, we have the common, uncommon, rare, and then we have the epics. Then there's the showcase. All right, Lonely Poro. Oh, look at my little Poro, bro. Sad day. So it's 2 cost, 2 might. Lonely Poro. Death Knell. If I died alone, wow. This is the way they write their cards is so crazy because they're talking about it like in the, you know, I don't know what the correct word is. Like maybe they're talking in like the first person or whatever, like their actual things. But if I died alone, that's so sad. Draw one. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. All right, cloth armor again. Cloth armor again. This is a item in the game. Quick draw. A new keyword. This item has reaction. When you play it, attach it to a unit you control. So I guess you don't have to like set it to the side. Maybe you have to play other gear that doesn't have this. You have to play it and then attach it. Okay, so equip it, blah, 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 that's the same, and then it gives shield +2. Okay, not bad. Gem Jammer. 2 cost, 2 might. It is a mech, so that this would benefit. I'm assuming this would benefit from Rumble's effect. When you play me, give a unit ganking this turn. I wonder if you play it, like if you find a way to play it to a battlefield, if you could gank this card itself. Ooh, a Veteran Poro. This is nice. So 2 cost, 2 might. This one looks like he has some girth to him. Weapon Master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for powerless, even if it's already attached. Faye Porter. Zon Punk. Warmog's Armor. Again, something I'm familiar with. So 1 cost, 1 power. When I conquer, buff me. Not bad. Blast Core Cadet. 2 cost, 2 might. When you play, you may pay a power and 1 rune, I guess, as an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, deal 2 to a unit at a battlefield. Okay, so it hits it from a distance. Sniper shot. 5 cost, 4 might. Ancient Warmonger. Accelerate, you may pay 1 and a power as an additional cost to have me enter ready. I have assault equal to the number of enemy units here. That's fucking dope. So 6 units here. All right, let's fucking go. We in this bitch. Ooh, a Petrosite Monument. This one is foil though. Alrighty. Trove Golem. 8 cost, 9 might. Wow, 2 power. Okay. Let's see what you got, Trove Golem. When you play me, play 4 gold gear tokens exhausted. Yeah, this thing looks crazy, dude. Are you talking about the Warmonger? Oh, no, yes, absolutely. This this thing looks crazy. This looks so good. Man, you guys can see it better in the, I'm gonna have to look here, because like the way I'm seeing it, like there's a tad bit of a shadow, but no, it looks, yeah, I can see it way better just looking, which is weird because it typically isn't that way. No, this artwork does look super dope. This looks crazy. I love it. Okay, I like this Trove Golem too, though. I do like the Warmonger more. All right, when you play me, you play 4 gold gear tokens exhausted. Okay, Fiora, 3 cost. Ooh, this is a champion unit. So 3 cost, 3 might, 1 power. When I attack or defend 1-on-1, double my might this combat. That's dope. All right, let me get another Sand Soldier. All right, what do we got here? Navori Scout. Chemtech Cask. Against the Odds. Oh, this was the very first card that we... I can't even remember what it did. Give a friendly unit at a battlefield +2 this turn for each enemy unit there. Okay. Alright. Sea Monkey. Dance Sea Monkey. 2 cost, 2 might. You may pay 1 as an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, buff me. Okay. I like how they're doing that. That's very interesting. Trusty Ramhound. 2 cost, 2 might unit. While you have another unit here, I have +1. Dauntless Vanguard. Vanguard Amari. Ooh, Orange Forge. Oh wait, we what did this one do? While you control this battlefield, the first friendly non-token gear played each turn costs 1 less. Okay, so man, combo with that only costs 6. Not too bad. Minotaur Reckoner, Direwing Foil. Ooh, switcheroo. This one I looked at the first page as far as the most popular cards, and this card is like the #1 card. Where is it? Yeah, it's like the #1. No, there's Akshan is #1. This one is #2. Product type. Let me just do cards. Okay, yeah, this one is pretty. This one's popular. It looks like popular. So 2 costs, 2 power spell, which you can play for hidden. Okay, swap the mites of 2 units at the same battlefield this turn. Oh my god, that's and you can play it hidden, so that's annoying. Yeah, you play a little weenie, and you go into a big guy, and bam, you hide this and you flip it, and that screws your opponent all the way up. Okay, that's interesting. Ooh. This looks awesome. First off, I love that they have, these look like Chinese characters here. I've seen this earlier, but I wasn't really paying attention, like the artist. And they don't have like an English name or anything like that, but they just like 6 More Vodka or whatever. Kudos I remember 6 More Vodka because that's Kudos Productions. I remember those names. But this one, they have like their Chinese characters here. That's cool. I actually really like that. But this unit, Youre, looks fucking amazing. I say Youre. One of my good friends who plays the game quite a bit says Yone. I don't like that. It's Youre. Yone. I remember when he first came out. He was one of the first characters. Like, this was around the time I started playing, but I had been playing for a little while, but he was still one of the first characters that came out when I first started playing. And it was crazy to see the amount of people that wanted to play him. He was like one of the characters that like broke the game because everyone, when he first came out, everyone wanted to play him, right? There are some characters, and I don't know how it is now, but there were some characters where it's like, okay, no one really cares about this character. It's like, whatever. Like, people will play it, obviously, but it wasn't like, it was either getting banned every single game because they're like, no, if I can't have it, no one can, right? Or it was the very first pick every single game. Like, it was no other options, right? So that was Youre when he first came out, at least in my experience. But all right, artwork looks absolutely amazing. I love that this isn't even one of the alt artworks, but his art is going into the border. I love when they do that, right? It's still just a rare card, but the artwork isn't. The artwork is bleeding out into the border. All right, so this is a 5 cost, 5 might, 1 power champion unit. Youre Blade Master, so he's a weapon master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for power less, 1 power less, even if it's already attached. When I conquer an open battlefield, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit in a base. Very nice. Yeah, I really like the way that card looks. Mind Rune. That was a good pack. I liked that pack. It was indeed a good pack. All right, what signature are we gonna get here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, equipment. They have one of these explains equipment. Okay, I'm gonna read through this real quick. All right, equipment. That's something I really like about the game too. They have these little cards in here that help explain the game. Equipment are a new kind of gear that enhance and empower your units. Equipment all have a new frame with 2 text boxes. While not attached to a unit, only the upper text box is used. Equipment all have ways to attach to units, normally through the new equip ability. When an equipment attaches to a unit, lay it under the unit, covering its upper text box. Okay, that makes sense. So when we run into a unit and a gear, we'll try that out. While an equipment is unattached, the upper text box is active, and any of the abilities there can be used, normally including equip. When it's attached, only the lower text box is active, and is granted to the unit. Hold on, while it's unattached. So that means that it's probably played somewhere. So that means there's probably like there's obviously a gear area, but I wonder, can you have multiple like gear in that area, or if it's just one at a time? Okay, anyways, when it is attached, only the lower text box is active and is granted to the unit the equipment is attached to. You normally can't activate the equip ability of an attached equipment because it's covered up. But there are some that, the weapons master will allow you to move it from one unit to another, I'm assuming. That's why it specifically says you normally can't. Equip. Pay the listed cost to attach this to a unit you control. All right. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. All right, so let's see what we got here. I don't want to use my spell song, girl, to show. All right. 6 cost, 6 might, unit, Guardian of the Passage. When I hold, you may return a unit or gear from your trash to your hand. That's interesting. Another bubble bot, bubble bot, bubble 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 bot, bubble bot, bubble 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 bot. 3 cost, 3 unit, 3 might. Why do I keep calling that a unit? 3 cost, 3 might, unit, Sentinel Adept, Weapon Master. Sea Monkey, Treasure Hunter, 2 cost, 1 might. When I move, play a gold gear token exhausted. Laurent Duelist, Doran's Blade. I don't think we've talked about Doran's Blade yet. So it is a gear. All right, so let's all right, so 2 cost to equip you power, and it gives +2. So what they're saying is it's like this, right? So this is what you would do. And this one doesn't have any cool ability. But yeah, so it gets +2 essentially. So this one will become 4-3. And then while it's assaulting, it will become 4-5. And then when it attacks, it become 4-7. Yeah, there are ways to make things pretty freaking massive, I'm guessing. That's very interesting. Death Grip, that looks awesome. So this is a 2 cost spell with reaction. Kill a friendly unit to give plus might equal to its might to another friendly unit this turn. Draw 1. Okay. So you can combine this with a lot of things that have like death nails, right? So yeah, they're thinking. Recurve Bow. When I attack, so it's 2 cost gear equipment. When I attack or defend, deal 2 to an enemy unit here. That's interesting. Why don't they just make it 2? I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know why they don't make them. It just might 2, because I guess it doesn't increase the might. Actually, all right. Wind Singer, 2 cost, 1 might unit that you can play hidden. When you play me, you may return another unit at a battlefield with 3 power or less to its owner's hand. Sand Shifter. Ooh. Needlessly large Yordle. Very interesting. 10 cost, 5 might, 3 power. So this, you're paying a ton for a 5 might unit. So there has got to be a reason. There has got to be. Shield, +5 while I'm a defender. Okay, that makes sense. It's a tank. I must be assigned combat damage first. I cost 2 runes and 1 power less for each point you scored from holding this turn. Okay, so interesting. So if you hold 2 different, and again, there can be a maximum of 3 bases, because if there's 4 if there are 4 players, which is the maximum number, you can only have 3 bases. But anyways, if you have 3 bases, I must be assigned combat damage. So, all right, so let's say best case scenario, you're holding each of the bases. I cost 2 power, so that's 4 and 1. So you can get this thing down to 4 cost, 1 power, and it's still a defender. So you have to work at that, but it's doable. Ooh, this is our 3rd legend, and we got the Ezreal. I think this one is the most popular one. This Ezreal, because he's extremely, you know, popular in the game. He's this cocky fucking asshole who's he's dope. He seems like he's really cool. But the Prodigal Explorer, he is Mind and Chaos. Those are the runes. So you tap him. He has the reaction keyword. Draw 1. Use only if you've chosen. Use only if you've chosen enemy units and are geared twice this turn with spells or unit abilities. Okay. So it's just a way to. I cannot think of what the hell the word is when you fucking draw cards, but it's a way to draw a bunch of cards. All right, and a minor, and this looks really good. I really like the way this artwork is. Yeah, that looks awesome. Ooh wee. Alright, stop yawning, Eric, you pussy. Alright, Ribbon Dancer. 3 cost, 3 might unit. When I move to a battlefield, give another friendly unit +1 this turn. This card was a card that I really liked. This Frostcoat Cub. Bushwhack. Damn, this is some dope ass fucking art. I like that. So 2 cost, so it's a spell. So 2 cost, 1 power spell. You can play hidden. Friendly units enter ready this turn. Play a gold gear exhausted. Always check the brush. Corrupt Enforcer. We read that one. Eye of the Herald. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. And equipment. 1 cost equipment. When I move, play a 1 might recruit unit token here. Okay. That's good. 3 cost, 3 power, or 3 might unit. Laurent Blade Keeper. That has ganking. So orange seems to be like the ganking. I'm pretty sure that's what it was in first set too. Loyal Pup. Look at him. Look at the little pup. Alright, 3 cost, 3 might unit. When you defend at a battlefield, you may move me there. So it sounds like you can move him. Oh yeah, no more yawning, man. I'm not yawning anymore. You will never see me yawn ever again. 2 might. or excuse me, 2-cost spell, Rally the Troops. When a friendly unit is played this turn, buff it. And draw one. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Ooh, Seat of Power. Toilet. When you conquer here, that just reminded me of that. If you guys have seen the divorced dads fucking trading card game, that shit, I love that shit. It is so amazing. It is so good. The dude is very creative, and he's just, the way he's like, okay, so we got the hemorrhoids card. Okay, we can mix that with the you know, cheap insurance or something like that card, and we can have a really good combination there. Yeah. So it's amazing. So when I said Seat of Power is a toilet, that reminded me of that for whatever reason. Anyways, when you conquer here, draw one for each other battlefield you or allies control. So it says allies. So when I mentioned the foursome, you can either do every man for himself, like a free-for-all, or you can do teams. So you can do 2v2. So there's a lot of different ways that this game can be played. Glass Mixologist, 5-cost, 5 might, 1 power unit. Death Knell. You may play a unit with no cost more than 3 and no more than 1 power from your trash, ignoring its cost. So this Death Knell is one of those things where it's like, okay, you can kill your own unit, so you use the ability or whatever, maybe it lives, then you kill it and you can get its ability, right? Or you can get it when it dies in battle or whatever, but when it dies, you get a second effect, or you get a benefit from it dying. So 6 cost, 5 might, 1 power unit. Under Titan. Ooh, that thing looks freaky. Ew. When you play me, give your other units +2 might this turn. As I'm revealed from your deck, add 2. Okay. This card seems fucking awesome. When you play me, give your other units +2. So if you have like a bunch of like sand soldiers or other tokens, you give them all +2. That seems pretty broken. As I'm revealed from your deck. So again, there were a ton of cards that we saw earlier. Excuse me. There's a ton of cards that we saw earlier that let you kind of, the Rek'Sai, let you go through your deck and you know, reveal 2 cards. And all right, that's interesting. Very interesting. Dude, we have gotten all the freaking legends already, pretty much. I don't know how many legends they have, but that would be very nice, because I think I still am missing some of the legends from the first set. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that, but I think I am missing some legends from the first set. And I probably opened like 4 or 5 boxes maybe of the first set, and I am still missing cards, a lot of cards. All right, so we got another legend, Jax. This artwork is fucking badass. Grandmaster at Arms. So pay 1 and tap. Attach a detached equipment you control to a unit you control. Okay, well that's interesting. I wonder, does that mean you can play it without the cost, right? So typically the cost is like a power, so you have to recycle one of your runes. All right, so rest this. Attach an attached equipment you control to a unit you control. Okay, that's very interesting. So you can like, this deck is probably really surrounding different equipment. That is cool, right? So you can rest them to move it basically, and if you want to attach a detached one, you have to play you have to rest a rune. All right, and then we get the calm rune. So the green is calm. Green is calm. All right, man. I was actually very pumped to get these. Now I've paid a lot for boxes of Riftbound before, so this one, you know, they're 120 MSRP, which is what I want to pay, but I paid under 200 for them, which I'm happy with, right? So we'll see. I'll try. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go to the same shop tomorrow and see if they'll sell me more, and if they do, I'll probably get some. But we'll see. All right. So Desert's Call, 2 cost spell with repeat. Play a 2 might sand unit soldier or sand soldier unit token. So again, there's a lot of cards that help you build the sand soldiers. Excuse me. So if you do and you have quite a few sand soldiers, right, even here, right, you can use this twice. You can use this same ability twice, and you play that under Titan, right, where you give all of your units +2. That can be very powerful. Kimtech Cask. I'm saying that like I just be playing this game all the time. Temptation. Eminent Benefactor. 6 cost, 5 might. When I hold, play 2 gold gear tokens. Exhausted. Still haven't seen a gold gear token. Black Market Broker. 3/3. When you play a card from face down, play a gold gear token. Exhausted. Prize of Progress. 4 cost, 3 might, 1 power unit. It's a mech as well. So when you use an activated ability of a gear, okay, I see. When you use an activated ability of a gear, give me +1 might this turn. BF sword, very nice. Big fucking sword. 4 cost equipment. Okay. And you just get +3 might. I mean, I'm saying just get +3 might, but we've seen like a lot of different combos, right? With the jacks, being able to move it from a unit to a unit, right? And to be able to move it from a unequipped state to a unit. That could make a huge difference. Sudden Storm, so 3 cost spell that you can play hidden. I'm gonna say that. Let me figure out how I want to say that. So with the hidden keyword, that's what I'm gonna say. With the hidden and action keywords. Okay. So it's a 3 cost spell with the hidden and action keywords. Deal 2 to a unit at a battlefield. If it's attacking, deal 4 to it instead. Orn. All right. So if things hold true, so this is the first foiled card, okay? And it's a rare. So what we've seen in Origins is that when the first foiled card is already a rare, we're going to get some sort of hit in that pack. So that's what we've seen. We'll see if it stays true here. We'll see, but I'm excited. And another champion unit. Holy crap, this is a fucking banger of a box, dude. And yes, I did weigh the boxes. And so this is the heavier of the 2 boxes that I got today. So there's that. Maybe it's something, right? The heavier box. So this is 6 cost, 4 might. 6 cost, 4 might. Champion unit. Deflect 2. Your opponent must pay 2 power. So that means they have to recycle 2 of their runes to target this card with a spell or an ability. It has Weapon Master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for a power less, even if it's already attached. And I have +1 might for each friendly gear. So it doesn't matter if it's on him or other units. So very good ability. Soraka, another champion unit. I'm actually excited. This is gonna be our first hit. I say that, but we did already hit an epic. I'm tripping. This isn't our first hit. We hit the alt rune, the fury rune. Then we hit this spell songer which is an epic. So we've had a couple of hits, but I think this one's gonna be like an alternate art or something. Alternate art or something like that. We'll see. Anyways, Soraka, 4 cost, 4 unit, 1 power, champion unit. I must be assigned combat damage last. I thought they had a keyword for that. Maybe they got rid of it, but yeah, but that's interesting that they have that without the keyword. If another unit, maybe they didn't want to give it a keyword because for whatever reason, or maybe that unit, or excuse me, that keyword really doesn't exist and I'm just making it up. But I have seen this before where you have to assign certain troops or certain units damage last. Anyways, if another unit you control here would die, if it has less might than me, instead heal it, exhaust it, and recall it. Huh. That's interesting. So that's like those, when you get a ton of those sand soldiers out there. Ooh. Champion unit, Draven. So this is what is this? Okay, so I see. So this is an epic as well. Okay, I'm getting more familiar with this. So this is also an epic, and it's not an alt or anything like that. So their champion units must now have an additional like rarity level. So now it's like, because I don't remember any champion units being epic before. But again, I don't have all the cards. I'm missing quite a few of the epic rarity cards. So it's possible that there were some epic units, epic champion units from the previous set that I just never saw. But this artwork looks dope. You know, Draven, he spinning his little game. He macking her down. All right, 6 cost, 6 might, 1 power. Champion unit, Draven, audacious. With deflect, keyword. The first time I win a combat each turn, you score 1 point. Holy shit, that is extremely powerful. The first time I win a combat each turn, you score 1 point. When I die in combat, oh, that's funny. Okay, so when I die in combat, choose an opponent, they score 1 point. So at least you get to choose an opponent. So if you're going, again, if you're in, 3-way or 4-way or whatever, you get to choose, somebody with the lowest score to give a point to. So yeah, I like that artwork a lot. That looks really good. Dang, I actually want to put this in a sleeve. Probably have to grab a couple more. Because we're going to get that signature, baby. We're going to get that signature, baby. Man, I do not look forward to having to sort these cards. Nah, I'm kidding. I do. I just need the time to do it. That's been my biggest issue, is not having the time to sit and be able to sort them. All right, what does this do? Okay. All right, timing of spells and abilities. Okay. All right, Gym Jammer. We saw that one. Ooh, Feral Strength. That artwork looks dope. So 2 cost spell with the reaction and repeat keywords. Give a unit +2 this turn. Pretty straightforward. Wages of Pain. We read through that one already. Royal Guard. 4 cost, 2 might unit. When you play me, play a 2 might Sand Soldier unit here. Combat Chef. Yes, Chef. Treasure Hunter. Trusty Ramhound. Drag Under. Did we read this already? No, I don't think so. 5 cost, 1 power, spell with the action keyword. I cost 2 less to play from anywhere other than your hand. Kill a unit at a battlefield. Seat of Power. We read that one already. Harpoon Squad. This set has like 70 less cards. I think, I don't know the number, but I think it's like 70. I think I remember 70 less cards than the first set. Which obviously the first set they're trying to get established, right? They're putting a bunch of stuff out there to have a bunch of different, variable types for their first tournaments and things like that. But I'm pretty sure that this card has, yeah, it's 220. This one has 221. Let me see what this first one had. This one had 298. So yeah, it has about 77 less cards in it. Yeah, so closer to 80. Yeah, so it has 77 less cards in it than the first set had. All right, so we'll probably be seeing, it'll probably be easier for us to get the playset of most things, and we probably won't see as many like blank spots as I'm seeing right now in my collection, which is good. I like it. 4 cost, 4 might unit, Harpoon Squad. When I move from a battlefield, give me +2 might this turn. So maybe if you give it like ganking or whatever, right? You move from one battlefield to another, you get +2. Plus with like that Boots of Swiftness. I think the Boots of Swiftness gave you +1 or +2. So yeah, that would put this up to 8. Yeah. Guardian of the Passage. Alright, what is this? Okay, that felt a little bit extra sticky. Alright, so 6 cost, 6 might, 1 power. Ferocious Forerunner. It's a mech. Man, this is, I don't know what it is, but all the freaking mechs are making me want to build a freaking Rumble deck. Now, there's already a Rumble deck. Rumble's one of the 2, I guess they're starter decks. They're called champion decks. But Rumble is one of them. I can't remember who the other one is. I think it's Fiona. Who the fuck is Fiona? Fiora. Alright. So, okay, what can this do? Death Knell. Play 2 3 might mech unit tokens to your base. That's not bad. Golly. Damn. We're going to have all the legends from this pack. Guaranteed. We're gonna have all the legends from this pack. Emperor of the Sands, Azir. Your sand soldiers have Weapon Master. 1 cost and tap your Azir. Play a 2 might sand soldier unit token to your base. Use only if you've played an equipment this turn. That's interesting. So you can, okay, I like it. They are really focusing, which I think is a fantastic idea. I think that makes so much sense. They're really focusing on the gear and the equipment, which is awesome. Yeah, the equipment is fantastic. I think it's such a good idea. Like, it really feels like a board game from what I've seen so far. It feels like a card game board game. Okay, so this has some interesting information on it about tokens. Tokens are representation of units and gear created during play by some Riftbound cards. Token can be represented by anything you have handy as long as it is clear where they are and whether or not they are ready or exhausted. So that's why they do have the actual tokens that you can use, but you can use whatever you want to. Tokens are played just like cards and are treated just like any other card in the game, except they stop existing after they leave the board. Okay, so you can't put them in your trash. There are 3 new types of tokens in the Spirit Forged set. The Sand Soldiers, which we saw, the Mech, which we've also saw, the Gold, which we have not seen, a gear that normally enters exhausted. It has kill this, tap, reaction, add a room. I want to see a gear token. Lonely Poro. Poor Poro. Aspiring Engineer. Man, she's pretty. 3 cost. 3 might. Power. When you play me, return a gear from your trash to your hand. Wow, that is really good. I wonder how a gear gets into your trash. Does it? Well, I guess there are cards that do it, but I wonder if it goes to the trash if the unit that it's attached to dies. Disarming Rake. Guards. I know we read that one before. Punch first, ask questions last. So it's a 1 cost 2 power spell. Give a unit +5 might this turn. Okay, makes a unit mighty. Which we've seen some things that say, okay, if you have, you know, X number of mighty units, do X number of things. 7 cost 8 power, 7 cost 8 might, 2 power. Beast below unit. When you play me, return another friendly unit and an enemy unit to their owner's hands. That's real blue of you from One Piece. It's real blue of you. Bounce something of yours, bounce something of theirs. 4 cost 1 power spell, Production Surge. This costs 2 less if you control a mech. Very nice. Play a 3 might mech unit token to your base. Draw 1. Not so fast. 2 cost 1 power spell with the reaction keyword. Counter an enemy spell or ability that chooses a friendly unit or gear. I still would like to know what counter an enemy spell means. Does it just go away? Does it? I'm assuming that's what it is. If I had to make a guess, it would be that this, you know, you would just counter it and say bam. But I wonder, there's a possibility in my eyes that countering a spell means, okay, I'm going to use it against you now. That same spell. Ooh, this is a cool looking gear. Again, this is first card. The first foil card is a rare. So it's a 3 cost 1 power gear, Heart of Dark Ice. Tap, give a unit +3 this turn. And so this isn't an equipment, right? So this is just a gear, so it kind of stays to the side, so you can't attach it. Oh, this is a Lysandra. Okay, that's who that is. I'm tripping. That's Lysandra. All will kneel in time. All right, what's next? What's next? What's next? Ooh, a champion unit. Ezreal, dashing. 4 cost 3 might 1 power champion unit. Another champion unit. When I attack or defend, excuse me. When I attack or defend, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit here. So it's, you know, like it's dealing double damage potentially, or you can split the damage up between, but you can do anyways. Okay, never mind. I don't deal combat damage. That's interesting. Huh. And then action, recycle a rune, move me to your base. Huh. I would be interested to see how that, you know, how people take advantage of that. Ooh, this looks cool. Looks exciting already. What do we got? Ooh, a signature spell. Let's go. So this is okay. So this tells me that there's a Lucian because this is a signature spell for Lucian. We haven't opened Lucian yet, so there's still some what up, Grunt Tom? It's been a while. So this is a 2 cost spell, and I'm pretty sure you can just 1 power of each. But Relentless Pursuit, signature spell for Lucian. Action, keyword, move a friendly unit. You may attach an equipment with the same controller to it. And again, it says friendly unit because you can potentially have a teammate, right? So you can move one of your teammates' units, but their opponent, but that person is their controller, so you couldn't attach your gear to them or your equipment. This turn, that unit has, when I conquer, you may move me to my base. Huh, that is very interesting. So you're moving a lot of things here. That's pretty cool. All right, and then we got a mech. All right, we'll put a sleeve on this one. Yeah, mama said. All right, we got a sleeve on that one. All right, so we are off to a good start. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Hope you didn't do anything too bad to it. I tore my Achilles like a year and a half ago. It'll be actually, it's coming up on 2 years in like May. I want to say May. It'll be 2 years since I tore my Achilles. Doing really cool manly stuff, you know. Yeah, that's totally what I was doing. I wasn't playing basketball by myself in front of my house and just jumped up and down and tore it. That's not what happened. But yeah, I feel your pain, man. So I hope it wasn't anything too bad. All right, Ribbon Dancer, Forecaster, 2 cost, 2 might. Unit, your mechs have vision. When you play us, look at the top card. So has got to be, so this goes back to what I said earlier. Maybe it would be a good idea to just keep this back at your base so it never dies, right? Unless your opponent, does something to it, whatever. But there's less of a chance of it dying. When you play us, look at the top card of your main deck. You may recycle it. So recycling is just putting it on the bottom of your deck. Or I'm assuming you can put it back at the top of your deck. Well, sending good vibes your way. Hope everything works out well where it's not too bad. Youre Explorer. I didn't read that one. 4 cost, 4 might. Unit. When you play a card with power cost 2 or more, draw 1. Master Bingwin, 6 cost, 6 might unit with Weapon Master. Royal Guard, Stellacorn Herder. So 4 cost, 3 might unit. When I move, draw 1. Hex Drinker, very nice. So it's 2 cost equipment with Deflect and +1. +1 might. The Paper Tree. This is some cool looking artwork. I like that. I like that a lot. That tree looks amazing. When you hold here, each player channels 1 rune exhausted. Alright, so we all channeling runes, motherfucker. So 6 cost, 6 might. Is this another champion unit? No. 1 power. Armed Assailant with Accelerate keyword and Weapon Master keyword. Again, Weapon Master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for a power less, even if it's already attached. All right. Oh, that's just a common card. I think maybe we've read through that. It didn't sound familiar. All right, so we have a Rengar, 3 cost 3, 3 cost 3 might, 1 power with the reaction keyword. Assault +2 keyword. So reaction is play anytime, even before spells and abilities resolve, including to a battlefield you control. Very nice. Assault +2. I can be played to a battlefield you're attacking. Not too bad. Edge of Night. So this is another gear I'm familiar with. So 3 cost gear equipment that has the hidden keyword and +2. +2 might. Another mech. We're getting a lot of these mechs. Oh, yeah, I need to plug my phone in. Thought I would get a notification, but there we go. You're safe now. You don't have to worry. Alright. Man, I'm going to sleep so good tonight. I am not even going to lie. Worked out hard today. Armed Assailant. It was a common, obviously. Cloth Armor. Imminent Benefactor. All right, so we're getting through some cards here. We've seen quite a few. I mean, you guys aren't seeing anything right now. Battlefield Forge of the Fluffed. While you control this battlefield, friendly... Man, what is going on? I better not be getting sick. I'm going to be pissed. Holy shit, I'm just thinking of that. Everybody in the house has been sick. This is not good. While you control this battlefield, friendly legends have tap, attach an equipment you control to a unit you control. Not bad. Void Hatchling, 2 cost, 2 might, unit. If you would reveal cards from a deck, look at the top card first. You may recycle it. Then reveal those cards. Hope you guys can't hear that. There's a very loud whistling sound. Sounds like a plane flying closer than normal. Because we live by an airport, so planes do come by. All right, Harpoon Squad, we read this one already. Blood Rush. We did read this one already, but this one is the foil one. This one actually looks pretty dope foiled. I like that a lot. Altar of Memories. They are really leaning into like the gear. There's a ton of gear so far. So 2 cost, gear, Altar of Memories. When a friendly unit dies, you may exhaust me to draw 1. Then put a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your main deck. Not bad. Azir, champion unit, another champion unit. So 6 cost, 6 might, 1 power with the action keyword. Choose a unit you control. Move me to its location and it to my original location. If it's equipped, you may attach one of its equipment to me. Use only once per turn. That is very good, right? So if you have one of those like the BF sword that has +3 might, you can swap into a battlefield and swing 9 after already swinging however many you did with that first guy. Order Rune. All right. I don't know how many we've opened, but I think we're over halfway done. Yeah, it looks like we're over halfway done. So we're at 2.5 hours. Sheesh. I'm going to pick up the pace just a bit. Just a tad bit. Serrated Dirk. And this will help because we've seen quite a few of the cards already. Overzealous Fan, 2 costs, 2 might. Also, he's like a Draven wannabe or something. When I defend, you may kill me to move an attacking unit to its base. Honest Broker, Emperor's Divide, Minefield. When you conquer here, put the top 2 cards of your main deck into your trash. Ooh wee. Jawfish, Bonds of Strength. Ooh, Ornn. This looks sweet. I wonder how many freaking legends they have, because there's still Lucian that I know of. Fire Below the Mountain. So tap has the reaction keyword. Add a rune. Use only to play gear or use gear abilities. Very nice. This one looks sweet. We also have the Akshan, 4 cost, 4 might champion unit, Weapon Master. You may pay 2 power as an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, move an enemy gear to your base. You control it until I leave the board. If it's an equipment, attach it to me. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. That's one of those things that's very interesting. This is like one of the first cards that I've seen where you're actually taking one of your opponent's cards. When you play me, there's no reason where you would never play that, right? Where you would never play this 2 cost. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, move an enemy gear to your base. You control it until I leave the board. That is correct. That is a good ability. I love that. All right. I'm gonna be a bitch here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tap out a little bit early. I'm gonna open 2 more packs, and we've made it quite a bit through this pack, but I'm gonna open 2 more packs, and then we're gonna call it a night. And this will give us some more things to open later, but I am exhausted. Been a long week, and again, we want shit to be able to open in the future. I know I'm a pussy, but okay. So 2 cost spell, Frigid Touch, with the reaction and repeat keywords, give a unit -2 might this turn. And it looks like you can target the same unit. Royal Entourage, 3 cost, 4 might, 1 power. When you play me, ready or exhaust a legend. Oh, that's good. You can ready yours. You can ready your opponent's legends if you want to. Factory Recall, with the action, it's a 1 cost spell. With the action keyword, return a gear to its owner's hand. You can return something to your hand. Breakneck Mech, 8 cost, 7 power, 2 might. 8 cost, 7 might. All right. Well, okay. It said it was reconnecting, so I'm. All right. Well, okay. It said it was reconnecting, so I'm not sure how much was missed or whatever, and it looks like it's reconnected again. So we'll keep it trucking. But we did get Lucian. I knew he was in there somewhere. Purifier. Your equipment each gives assault +1 while equipped unit is an attacker. Very good. Then we have Janna, 3 cost, 3 might, 1 power champion unit with the reaction keyword. When you play me, heal your units here. Then move an enemy from here to its base. Ooh. And we get another. Oh, this is a signature spell for Rek'Sai, which we did get a Rek'Sai earlier. This looks, man, these cards, this artwork looks so good. It is crazy. It really is. So 2 signature spells. All right, so reveal the top 2 cards of your main deck. You may play one of them, reducing its cost by 2. Draw any you did not play this way. That is funny. So instead of returning it, or instead of recycling it to the bottom of the deck, you get to draw it. Very nice. Awesome. All right. So we've hit a couple of. So we've hit some epics. We haven't hit any alts yet. So we did hit. Hold on. Yeah, we haven't hit any alts yet. So there's probably some alts in here. Maybe, I don't know how these boxes are constructed. I know One Piece has a standard on how they do that stuff. I don't know about these boxes. All right, Desert's Call. Okay, you guys can't see anything. Sand Shifter. Void Hatchling, Pickpocket. 3 cost, 3 might. When you play me, you may kill a gear with energy cost no more than 1. If you do, play a gold gear token exhausted. Alright, Mirai Spire. While you control this battlefield, friendly repeat cost 1 less. That is good. That's really good. Ooh, Longsword. And again, the first one. So this is the first. No, this isn't. I'm tripping. This isn't the first gear that's been rare. There's been quite a few of them. But anyways, so 2 cost, 1 power. Quick Draw. This has reaction. When you play it, attach it to a unit you control. Okay. Equip, blah, blah, blah. And +2. efforts to create the longer sword quickly ran into diminishing returns. That's funny. +2. Sivir. Champion unit. Man, this is box is a freaking banger so far. 4 cost, 4 might, 1 power. Champion unit. Sivir with accelerate. If you spent at least 2 power this turn, which you can get from here itself, right? Because you have to play a power, or you have to spend a power for the play cost and to accelerate it. So if you spent at least 2 power this turn, I have +2 might and ganking. Very nice. So you can get it to 6 and move it to a battlefield immediately. That's a very good ability. All right, what do we have here? Ooh, that's looking pretty good. We got another signature spell. Holy shit, this is actually crazy. So this is Renata Glask. So there's another unit, there's another legend that we have to pull. Renata Glask. So 5 cost, so hostile takeover. 5 cost, 2 power. Signature spell that you can play hidden. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Take control of an enemy unit at a battlefield. Ready it. Start a combat if other enemies are there. Otherwise, conquer. Fantastic ability. That's actually crazy. Lose control of that unit and recall it at the end of turn. Send it to base. This isn't a move. This is probably the best freaking signature spell I've seen. Wow, that is very powerful, I think. I guess. I don't know. I don't play the game, but that seems very strong. All right, this will be our last pack. We're hitting the 2-hour and 40-minute mark. It's 12:30 here. I'm tired, but we'll have some packs to open tomorrow. We're back to One Piece. If we do come back tomorrow, we'll be back to One Piece, but we'll have some Riftbound to open for some days. All right, Forecaster, Master Bingwin. All right, Forge of the Fluffed. We did see that one already. Perched Grimworm. 4 cost, 5 might unit. Play me only to a battlefield you conquered this turn. You can't play me anywhere else. They do a very good job at being very specific with their wording here. You can't play me anywhere else. Play me only to a battlefield you conquered this turn. Production Surge. Bubble Bot. Bubble Bot. Zen Zhao. 3 cost, 4 might, 1 power champion unit with tank. I enter ready if you have 2 or more other units in your base. Alright, this one feels real sticky. Hold on, this one is real sticky. Can't get it off. Oh, wait a minute, that's still on it. I was wondering that was a whole lot. Okay, this looks good. That looks really good. What do we got here? Ooh, oh, this is the showcase for the Aurelia. Very nice. So we did hit that Aurelia earlier, but this is the showcase, which is, again, it's the alternate version. This thing looks cracked, dude. Oh yeah, this one definitely needs a freaking sleeve. That looks good. Yeah, this one's going to go into a top loader as well. The other ones haven't went into top loaders yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but yeah, that Aurelia looks super good. Yeah. And I think Aurelia's supposed to be fairly good in this meta. I don't know for sure though, but I think she is. All right, damn it, I want to open more packs, but I'm just so tired. That's okay. There will be more packs to open. There will be. But yes, we had what an amazing day. Today was fantastic. It really was. We got these back. We did hit a 10 on our Cross Guild. We got a 9 on our Gum Gum Giant, but 9 is a lot better than what it could go down to. And again, it doesn't affect, the sell price. It goes up if it's a 10, but you probably sell this for, $800 to $1,000 today, right? But obviously I'm not going to do that, but I'm very happy to have these back. Then we have 2 Zoro Joros, both 10s. Everything else was 10s. Everything else was absolute 10s. All right, and then we have 3 of the Alt Art Zoros. There we go. So that's what we got, and then we also just hit from Riftbound, since today's Riftbound day. We hit Aurelia, the champion unit, alternate art, or the showcase art, I guess is a better way to say it. We got Lucian's signature spell. We have Draven, the audacious champion unit. We have the Svelsonger. We also have Rek'Sai's signature spell. I need to put some sleeves on these two, which I will do here as soon as I get off of this. Then we also have Renata Glask's signature spell, which seems absolutely broken, but who am I? All right, guys, thank you so much. Today was absolutely crazy. It was packed with, great, amazing shit, and it's all thanks to you guys, so I'm super grateful for you, like always. We got to keep it growing. I'm super pumped about the community. If you're ever on TCG Player and you're looking to get some things, people talk about like affiliate links and shit like that. I don't fucking know what that means. I don't know if what I have is an affiliate link. I don't know if I'm an affiliate with them. Maybe not, probably not. But I do have a store on TCG Player, and I list a lot of my bulk cards on there quite a bit. So if you're interested in some of the cards that you see open, or just want to see what I have right now in my inventory, on my Twitch profile, you can go and there's a TCG Player link there. Go check it out, see what I have, and it can all be yours for the low price of whatever I listed it for. So thank you guys. I am super appreciative. I'm super grateful for you being here for this very, very long string. And until next time, I will see you again.